Hello, my absolutely beautiful Gemini friends, and welcome to your horoscope for August of 2022, where Gemini, this month, we're going to bring a focus into the fourth house area for you: home, family, real estate, and property. But also, even more important to that, I think, we're going to see Uranus step into its retrograde at 18 degrees of Taurus, which tells us that just at the end of July, when we had this really significant Uranus North Node Mars conjunction that happened, and something that was going on in your life around May 7th, all of these signature energies have been activated, and now they're giving you a message of what's very specifically going on in your life and your chart to review and to break free from. So I'm actually really excited for August, because I also believe that many of the signatures that we're going to see here in August show us that October is a phenomenally powerful month. So let's just get into what's going on in August, okay? Right here at the beginning of the month on the 4th, we're going to see Mercury step into the energy of Virgo. Now, Mercury is your ruling planet, but also the ruling planet of Virgo as well. So Mercury is again in comfort. So as we're thinking, as we're communicating, as we're making decisions, you may be able to sense an ease that's kind of coming with this particular energy. Now, Mercury in Virgo is Mercury working in Earth and in your fourth house. So home, family, real estate, property, your own psychological foundations. So Mercury in Virgo is not working like it does in Gemini. It's not thinking, making decisions. Oh my God, the information here and there and here and there. It is Mercury moving in Earth. So we're organizing at home. We're being discerning about the health, the hygiene, the wellness of what's going on at home with the people in our homes. Now, this is the first body, right? Like your bodies, this is the first home we get. So truly, are you needing to be practical about how you're taking care of your body, right? There's all of these questions about what makes your home the very best at this particular time. Now, the other great skill of Virgo is one, discernment, right? If there are a lot of things going on, you might actually be going through things in your house being like, oh, we can donate that, we can pass that on, no, this we need to keep. Oh, I haven't cleaned the baseboards of my house, I haven't gotten to the back of that cupboard in a minute, let me do that. But the other virtue that I think of Virgo that is fantastic is that Virgo wants to be of service. It wants to be helpful, right? I want my home to be the best that it can be for my family. I want my home to be the best that it can be for me. I want the very best is what Virgo energy is going to be getting you organized to move towards. And there is something about an absolutely organized, spotless house, car included, that you can feel a level of confidence as you're moving around outside of these spaces, because our homes are just extensions of our energy field. So what is going on in your energy extension field? Is it organized? Is your energy splattered all over the place, right? If your kitchen and if your refrigerator is in disarray, you can be assured that there is disarray someplace else in your world, right? So this is a wonderful opportunity to use now the Mercury energy into this fourth house to start making some decisions, okay? On the 11th, we're going to see Venus move into the energy of Leo. Now, this is going to light up your third house space. And I love this because it's Venus in Leo. So it's very big love, very big expression, and it's attractive and it's beautiful. It's in your third house. So it can literally be that you are expressing something big and confidently and important, but it's coming out of your mouth like butter. You know, like it's just like these beautiful words. You're maybe speaking words. Are you doing poetry? Do you have a skill or a talent or an art? Are you sharing something that's romantic? Are you romancing someone? Is your work, is your product romancing someone? It's intriguing. You know, I also think in the third house, this is about learning. Could you be learning something, and to you it feels like butter to your soul, right? It feels so good to be attracting this kind of learning, this kind of adoration, this kind of generosity into your life. Now, the third house also represents siblings, and it can be short distance travel. So a short trip, think with inside of your country, but more so I think inside of your city, okay? So is this a time where you're making an investment, Venus, in going back to see a sibling, relationships, Venus, and you're showing love? You're having fun. There's pleasure here, Leo, right? So any of those scenarios could be presenting themselves at this particular time. Now, also on the 11th, we've got a full moon happening at 19 degrees of Aquarius, okay? This lights up your ninth house space. So the full moon says we need to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment. So the lights are on, we can see it for what it is, and we need to change directions in some way. Now the ninth house is again this signature of travel, but this is larger travel. We're jumping an ocean, we're leaving the country, we are doing things that are foreign, and think about eating a different cultural dish, speaking a different cultural language. Maybe something legal comes up. Higher education, training, certification, publishing. Just think broadening horizons, getting big and expanding out, okay? Now with the full moon here, and you've got to end, acknowledge, or adjust, it's Aquarian energy. You know, where is there maybe this social energy where you're needing to change directions with it in some way, shape, or form? Maybe you thought, gosh, I really wanted to go to this program or to this school, and it turns out it's not going to offer me exactly the way that I want. This is also a time too, I would say, if you found yourself feeling like, okay, I'm going to be one of the people that does my training or my education or my classes online, and you find out you are actually not a good online learner and you need to go to the on-ground program, that's fine, okay? So whatever's going to allow you to maximize your expansion out or make the corrections that you need to, remember that this particular moon is right here in nice contact with Saturn. It is squaring Uranus. Both are the ruling planets of this particular sign that the full moon's happening in. So whatever it is, you're serious about making the decision and commitment, but you also realize there's a space where you need to innovate, okay? On the 20th, couple things happening. First of all, Mercury is going to enter into its pre-retrograde shadow time at 24 degrees of Virgo. So I want you to start paying attention here. What's going on for you as Mercury gets to 24 degrees of Virgo in your chart? Where is that in your chart, right? If you don't have a chart already, get one from me, astro.com. Just find a space to get your chart, okay? So you can see where 24 degrees is at and happening for you, okay? Now, we're going to see Mercury take this retrograde on September 3rd in the energy of Libra, but it's going to back up to this 24 degrees of Virgo by the time we do the full cycle, and we'll tackle that in more detail as we get to September, but also look at the dates on the side of the slide to get all your information. Now, actively, very actively on the 20th, we also see Mars moving into the energy of Gemini, and this is again important. First of all, Mars in Gemini is my action, my assertion, how I strategize, my desire to do things in a communication sign, right? So you are talking, you are networking, you are moving and grooving. It is in your first house. You're putting yourself out there. You're networking with other people. You're allowing your voice to be heard. All of these can be signatures of how Mars is working. But I really want to bring your attention to, I know it's already back in September. I'm talking about September already. But Mars in the energy of Gemini, we're going to see it here for a very long tour because Mars also needs to retrograde and then come out of that retrograde. So we're going to have Mars energy from now in Gemini all the way until we get to, I believe, March of 2023. We're going to pay particular attention to 9/3. Okay, so September 3rd, where we're going to see Mars enter into its pre-retrograde shadow time. And then just a couple days later, on September 9th, we'll see Mercury take its retrograde in Libra, okay? On the 22nd here, we've got the sun now entering into the energy of Virgo, joining that Mercury energy. So fourth house, the home, family, real estate, property are really getting a lot of attention. There's a lot of motivation. There's drive. There's movement. Improve your house if that's what needs to happen. You know, finish that remodeling project, clean out those cobwebs, whatever it looks like. The sun here is really quite motivated for your health, your wellness. I also am thinking too, though, because Virgo is a mutable energy, right? it's also very good at transitioning things to what it needs to be next. So this could be a transitional season for you. You know, have you had a project you were working on? Was there a relationship? Did you have a roommate for a very long time and now you're transitioning them out, or you're getting prepared to start something fresh as we get ready to move towards our Libra season and start what's next, okay? On the 24th, really want to highlight this energy. We've got Uranus going retrograde at 18 degrees of Taurus. Now, just at the end of July, we had Uranus, the North Node, and Mars coming together at 18 degrees of Taurus. And this was a destiny meetup. There were people, places, things, lessons, scenarios set up that came into your life that made you realize you have to detach from something. Doing something, being in something the way that it was, it has to be significantly different if you're going to be able to move on. Okay, so whatever this was that was this destiny demand for freedom, now as Uranus goes retrograde here at this particular degree, you're flipping back inside going, okay, what are these last vestiges of what I need to do over this next 5 months to create freedom between 14 degrees of Taurus and 18 degrees of Taurus? Now, for some dates, back up to May 7th of 2022, where we had Uranus vibrating at 14 degrees of Taurus. What was happening in your life at that time? Okay, we get here to August 24th. We see Uranus taking this retrograde at 18 degrees of Taurus. Now, Uranus is going to come out of retrograde when we get to January of 2023 at this particular position of 14 degrees of Taurus. And then when we get to March of 2023, we're going to see Uranus fully leaving, or excuse me, May 9th of 2023, we're going to see Uranus fully leaving its post-retrograde shadow time back to 18 degrees of Taurus. So what's been going on between these 2 degrees for you, right? 14 to 18. What's happening here for you? Because that's exactly what you're going to go back over, because it's demanding your innovation. It's demanding your freedom, okay? On the 25th, we've got Mercury moved into the energy of Libra, lighting up your 5th house space. So this is pleasure, this is kids, this is self-expression, this is the conception of something new. But Mercury in Libra is, first of all, again, this call to what you're speaking, how you're saying things has a very Venus quality to it because it's in Libra, a Venus sign. So what you're talking about, you're coming across very diplomatic. You know, are you helping your kids at the start of their year? You're working in partnership, Libra energy. Are you collaborating in some way? Are you deciding to go on a vacation, on a trip? Are you making decisions? And it's just, it can be very, very pleasureful. Now, the other part I would tell you about Mercury in Libra is to be mindful of your decisions, right? Whatever you're starting to work on with these Libra degrees and these beginning degrees, Mercury will retrograde here. So don't be afraid. Start what you need to start. Take the leap, sign the contracts, make the decisions that you need to do, share the information. But just remember, it's not all always pleasure. Sometimes there has to be business as well, and Libra is an absolutely business savvy energy, especially when you don't just let it be all about pleasure. And then during that retrograde, you'll have a chance to relook over these areas, okay? On the 27th, we've got a new moon at 4 degrees of Virgo, so again, lighting up this 4th house space. Home, family, real estate, property, domestic situations. Now, you're planting your seeds of intention to begin something new here. It doesn't have to be brand new. You could ask for a new perspective. It's a wonderful time to say, universe, here's what I would like to see happen. I'm going to plant some seeds of intention. And by the way, thank you for already providing a solution and an arrangement to allow this to happen and allowing me to be conscious that it is already taken care of. Oh, that is a powerful new moon intention that you can plant in this area of your life to know that it's already working itself out. You maybe have some footwork, but this is already happening. But also, these are questions of how do you make the best of your life? How do you make it the most healthy, the most efficient, the most effective? Are you working smart, not hard in your house? Are you being a person or as somebody in your house, you have to walk on eggshells around them because that's not healthy, right? Like, what's the nature and the state of your house? And ask for the abundance you would like to experience in that area. If you're looking for a new house, plant your seeds of intention right here. All right, my beautiful Gemini friends, busy month, plenty of things going on, but lots of stamps and degree signatures for you to pay attention to this month because they are going to set us up for revision between now and March of 2023 and some between now and May of 2023, okay? All right, my absolutely beautiful Gemini friends, I love you a ton, and I'll see you next month. Bye.